Welcome back to another video. Pollination is the process of transfer of pollen from the opened anther to the receptive stigma of the flower. In self-pollination, there is no involvement of external factors, but cross-pollination is always dependent on another agent to cause the transfer of pollen as it occurs between two genetically different flowers. In case of cross-pollination, the pollinating agents are required. For that, the flowers adapt several adaptations, and the various external agents which are required to carry out the cross-pollination are of two types. These are biotic agents and abiotic agents. The biotic agents include snails, insects, birds, bats, and other vertebrates, whereas the abiotic agents include wind and water. If pollination is carried out by insects, it is called entomophily. The chief pollinating insects are bees, butterflies, moths, flies, beetles, and ants. This is the anther of the stamen which contains the pollen grains. As the bee lands upon the anther, the pollen grains are stick to the legs of the insects, and as the bee flies from one flower to another flower, the pollen grains are transferred. The entomophilous flowers have the following adaptations. The flowers are large and brightly colored, possessing pleasant scent and sweet nectar, whereas the pollen grains are rough, sticky, and spiny. The stigma is sticky and generally rough. If pollination is carried out by birds, it is called ornithophily. When the bird feeds on the nectar of a flower, some pollen grains stick to its body, and as the bird flies from one flower to another flower, the pollen grains are transferred to the other flowers. The birds are usually small in size with long beak. The chief pollinating agents are hummingbirds and sunbirds, whereas the flowers which are pollinated by the birds are bignonia and canna. These flowers possess certain features like they are large in size and also brightly colored. The flowers are scentless because these are not required, because insects only are attracted because of the scent. Corolla is tubular and funnel like so that the bird can reach to the reproductive parts of the flower. Stamens and the stigmas are generally found to be projecting and rigid. If pollination is carried out by animals, it is called zoophily. Most flowering plants are pollinated by animals, and this is usually viewed as mutualism because the animals get the pollen as their food, because the pollen constitutes protein, starch, lipids along with minerals, whereas the plant which contains the flower, that is pollinated in return. Elyphophily is the pollination which is affected by animals. It occurs in Rafflesia, which is the largest flower and generally found at the ground level, as it is large in size, so always it is found at the bottom of the ground. The pollen grains of one flower get attached to the feet of the elephants and are carried to the stigma of another flower when trampled by the feet of elephant. If pollination is carried out by bats, it is called chiropterophily. The bats are generally nocturnal. They move in the night time and they search the flowers which open at the night time. Generally, the flowers are large sized, having large pedicels, and the flowers produce lots of pollen and nectar, which is found in case of Kaizella. If pollination occurs with the help of mollusks, it is called malacophily. Generally, snails bring about the pollination in land plants like chrysanthemum, and in case of water plant like lemna. As the snails are exclusively pollinators in the rainy season, they are mostly found in case of aquatic plants. Example is Erythema, which is known as cobra plant, which is pollinated by the snails. If pollination occurs by wind, it is called anemophily. The anemophilous flowers possess these features. The flowers are generally small in size, they are not brightly colored, they do not produce scent and nectar. The stamens have long filaments and hang out of the flower so that they will be carried easily along with the wind. The anthers are large and loosely attached to the filaments so that easily the pollen grains could move out from the anthers. Pollen grains are small, dry, smooth, and also produced in very large quantities. Whereas the stigma are generally found to be large, feathery, branched, broad, hairy, and hang out of the flower so that the stigma can receive the pollen grains that is blown away with the wind. Example is grass and maize. If pollination occurs by water, it is called hydrophily. The hydrophilous flowers possess these features. In this case, pollination occurs with the help of movement of water, which brings the anthers of the male flowers, known as staminate flowers, against the stigmas of the pistillate flower. So, pollen grains are produced in large quantities, and the pollen grains have a specific gravity almost equal to that of water, so that they remain floating below the surface of water. In case of Vallisneria, the plants are dioecious, means the male flowers and the female flowers born on two different plants, and the male flowers float on the surface on water till they meet female flowers. This is all about the natural pollinators. In the next video, we will discuss how pollination occurs artificially. Till then, stay tuned. Goodbye.